Hi, it's Michael again. Today we're going to talk about scalping and ways that you can stop it and the danger and the problem with paying scalpers. We're also going to talk a little bit about value add. Like in any kind of supply chain, there's producers, there's people that distribute, and then there's the retail outlets where you buy things. And ideally, each step of that process will have somebody that is adding value to the product. So ideally, in a supply chain, you've got the producer, so the company that actually makes the product. You've got the distributor, the company that takes the product from the manufacturer and distributes it to all of the stores, all of the places where you're going to buy it. And then you have the actual retail outlet. That could be Amazon, it could be a brick and mortar like Best Buy, where you actually buy the product. And ideally, each one of those different places will add something of value to the chain. Like the manufacturer doesn't have to sell directly to people and then ship, millions of products, to individual home addresses. So the distributor has the value of getting it out the door, and then the manufacturer doesn't have to worry about it. The distributor also takes a little bit of risk with inventory, with, they have to have warehouse space to stock stuff, things like that. And then you have the retail outlets. They also have a little bit of risk. They're taking up floor space. They've got bills to pay, so the product needs to sell, and they need to be able to make a profit off of it. What value does a scalper add? Well, you could say that they wait in line for you. So you're paying them to wait in line. But let's run with that for a second. So let's talk about an RTX 3080. So the retail price on this is like $699 for the NVIDIA Founders Edition. That was the original retail cost that it was supposed to be. Obviously, it's gone up since then. Even Asus is selling 3080s, that are over $1,000. I guess they're having to pay more for chips as well. And then there was the tariff thing. We're paying like, 25% more. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, 25% more for certain products that are imported. But long story short, though, let's just say that the price for a 3080 should be less than $800. Definitely less than $1,000. If you go on eBay, if you go anywhere, if you go on Amazon and you buy from these little ma and pa startups that are basically there only to scalp video cards, a 3080 you're looking at about $2,000. So basically more than double what the retail cost should be. And if you're going by the $699, it's more like almost tripling the cost of it. What value did the scalper add? Okay, let's say that they waited in line all night at a Best Buy to get one of these cards so that they can then flip it. Is that worth $1,000? Like, let's say that they wait 12 hours in line. That's that's like $100 an hour. That's a lot of money that you're paying. But the reality of the situation is that most of these scalpers, most of these cards that you see going for these prices were not bought by people waiting in line at a Micro Center or a Best Buy or something like that. These are cards that were sniped by bots. And these bots are run by people that really are not adding any value. And in fact, you could say that they are taking value away because these bots are buying these cards up before people even get a chance to buy them. So they're taking cards out of the hands of gamers that want to use them for their intended purpose, and they're creating artificial scarcity. Now, video cards right now, they're already kind of scarce to begin with. And we're not even going to talk about the crypto miners and stuff like that that are also demanding these cards. So there's already some scarcity there, but the scalpers and their bots are taking the situation and they're making it so much worse. In the last year, I have never, ever seen any of the RTX video cards in stock anywhere. If you go to places like nowinstock.net and you look at when they come in stock, these things are selling out in like 2 to 4 minutes consistently for the last year. And I guarantee you it is not people hitting the refresh button over and over and then adding it to the cart and checking out. No, these are bots, people. These are definitely bots that are doing this. So you have your normal cost video card. Now it's going for $2,000. What happens if you pay that $2,000 for the card? Well, you rewarded the scalper. You just made their payday. You just made their day. So are they going to stop scalping? Like, is the idea here that this was some poor college kid and they got laid off from their job at Starbucks because of COVID, and then they stood in line and they got this card, now they can make their rent? We'd like to believe that, but again, these are very large organizations using botnets to buy these cards up. There are entire groups of people, like entire groups that have gotten together, and their sole purpose is to drain the market of every available video card so they can scalp them. Like, this is a thing. So you've paid this $1,000 on top of the already expensive $1,000 for this card. The scalper's not going to stop. In fact, they're going to do it more. You are motivating them to do it. You're basically paying people to rip you off. It's bad enough that you're getting ripped off and fleeced by scalpers. And by the way, you're only getting ripped off if you actually pay the scalper. If you don't pay them, you're not getting ripped off. Not only are you getting ripped off, though, if you buy from a scalper, you're paying them for the privilege of being ripped off. Now, I don't know about you, but my money is earned. I don't like to just throw it away, and I especially don't like to pay people my hard-earned money to steal from me. And that's what you're doing when you pay a scalper. It doesn't matter if it's a ticket, doesn't matter if it's a video card, doesn't matter if it's some rare trading card. Now, if you pay the price that they're asking, you are part of the problem. Again, you're paying them, you're rewarding them, you are encouraging them to steal from yourself and other people in the future. So you pay the $2,000 for your 3080, you get a couple of good years out of it, and let's say, in 2025, when the chip shortage is over, NVIDIA comes out with the 5000 series. And you get all excited, and there's a new game you want to play, and you need this video card to do it. You go out to a Best Buy or whatever to buy it, or you go out online, you go to Newegg, you go to Amazon, you go to buy it, and it's sold out in seconds because of bots again. So what do? Now you're paying a scalper a second time. Only they may not be charging 200%. They might be charging 300% or 400%. If people are willing to buy these products at the prices that the scalpers ask for, then the scalpers are going to keep doing it at that price. There is obviously still a demand for these cards, even with a 200% markup. I don't know if it's crypto miners that really think they're going to make a profit paying $2,000 for a video card that's going to last them a year or two. I don't know if these are desperate gamers that are willing to pay $2,000 just for one component in an already expensive and rather large system. I don't know who these people are, but they are part of the problem. So here's how to stop scalpers. Don't buy scalper products, ever. If somebody wants to charge more than retail for something, don't do it. Especially if it is a product that is scarce, if it's a product that is difficult to obtain, if it's a product basically that has artificial scarcity because of scalpers, again, these trading cards, video cards, things like that, don't buy them. Make that scalper go out and buy every video card on the market and try to flip them on eBay and not make a single sale. Make them lose money. Make them have to try to flip those cards at retail costs. Make them sell them as used and pay less than they paid for them. Make them lose money. That is the only way that the scalping problem is going to go away. At the end of the day, governments, the stores, bot detecting scripts, on websites, it's running as fast as you can just to stay in place. It is a Darwinian battle of scalpers versus anti-scalping measures, and you can't stop or change human behavior in that way. It's going to keep being a problem as long as people are weak-willed enough not to buy it. And again, we're not talking about food or gasoline. We're not talking about necessities here. We're talking about video cards and trading cards and things that are not necessary for you to live your life, right? These are luxuries, and you are part of the problem if you are paying for them. So, in summary, there's a card that costs $800 and you see it going for $1,600 to $2,000 on eBay or Amazon or whatever. The best thing that you can do is just exercise a little bit of restraint. Do not pay scalper prices for the product. Make them eat that cost make them be unable to scalp. Prices are going to come down. It's going to discourage future scalpers. If scalpers lose money, if they bite a big one, thinking that they can scalp something and nobody wants to buy it and they end up losing money, you are demotivating future scalpers. You are costing them money to try to rip you off. And that is the only way that you're going to stop scalping, is to make them lose money. If you buy the product at the price they're asking for, you are making them money. You are paying them thousands of dollars to steal from you. Don't do it. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thank you.